Good morning, dear students. Today I will teach you about activities to promote speaking. So let's begin our lesson. As we know, speaking is the process of building and sharing meaning through the use of verbal and non-verbal symbols in a variety of contexts. To teach speaking is to teach learners to produce the English speech sounds and sound patterns. The second one, select appropriate words and sentences according to the proper social setting, audience, situation, and subject matter. The third one, use language as a means of expressing values and judgments. The first one, use word and sentence stress, intonation patterns, and the rhythm of the second language. The fifth one, organize their thoughts in a meaningful and logical sequence. And the last one, use the language quickly and confidently with few unnatural pauses, which is called as fluency. So the next one, communicative language teaching. So what does it mean? So what do you understand by this sentence? Let's look at the slide. As we know, communicative language teaching based on real-life situations that require communication. Then, by using this method in ESL classes, students will have the opportunity of communicating with each other in the target language. ESL teachers should create a classroom environment where students have real-life communication, authentic activities, and meaningful tasks that promote oral language. This can occur when students collaborate in groups to achieve a goal or to complete a task. Activities in teaching speaking. So let's speak English. Discussions. Let's look at the discussions part. So as we know, there are several methods, techniques, and approaches which we can use in our speaking classes. So the first one and the most popular one is discussions. So what is discussions itself? On the discussions, the students may aim to arrive at a conclusion, share ideas about an event, or find solutions in their discussion groups. Whatever the aim is, the students should always be encouraged to ask questions, paraphrase ideas, express support, check for clarification, and so on. So role play. Role play activities, students pretend they are in various social contexts and have a variety of social roles. The teacher gives information to the learners, such as who they are and what they think or feel. So simulations. In simulations tasks, very similar to role plays, but what makes simulations different than role plays is that they are more elaborate. Students can bring items to the class to create a realistic environment. Information gap. In information gap activities, students are supposed to be working in pairs. One student will have the information that other partner does not have, and the partners will share their information. These activities are effective because everybody has the opportunity to talk extensively in the target language. So brainstorming. In brainstorming activity on a given topic, students can produce ideas in a limited time. The good characteristics of brainstorming is that the students are not criticized for their ideas, so students will be open to sharing new ideas. Storytelling. The favorite one is storytelling, I can say that. So in the storytelling activity, students can briefly summarize a tale or story they heard from somebody beforehand. or they may create their own stories to tell their classmates. Storytelling fosters creative thinking. It also helps students express ideas in the format of beginning, development, and ending, including the characters and setting a story has to have. Interviews. Conducting interviews with people gives students a chance to practice their speaking ability not only in class but also outside and helps them becoming socialized. Story completion. So for this activity, a teacher starts to tell a story, but after a few sentences, he or she stops narrating. Then each student starts to narrate from the point where the previous one stopped. Class reporting. Class reporting. Before coming to class, students are asked to read a newspaper or magazine, and in class, they report to their friends what they find as the most interesting news. Students can also talk about whether they have experienced anything worth telling their friends in their daily lives before class. Playing cards. In this game, students should form groups of 4. Each suit will represent a topic, for instance, diamonds, earning money, hearts, love and relationships, spades, an unforgettable memory, clubs, best teacher. Picture sequencing narrating. Sequencing, it means students are asked to tell the story taking place in the sequential pictures by paying attention to the criteria provided by the teacher as a rubric. Picture describing. For this activity, students can form groups and each group is given a different picture. Students discuss the picture with their groups, then a spokesperson for each group describes the picture to the whole class. This activity fosters the creativity and imagination of the learners as well as their public speaking skills. Find the difference. Find the difference. For this activity, students can work in pairs and each couple is given two different pictures. For example, picture of boys playing football and another picture of girls playing tennis. Students in pairs discuss the similarities and or differences in the pictures. Suggestions for teachers in teaching speaking. So, provide maximum opportunity to students to speak the target language by providing a rich environment that contains collaborative work, authentic materials and tasks, and shared knowledge. Try to involve each student in every speaking activity. For this aim, practice different ways of student participation. Reduce teacher speaking time in class while increasing student speaking time. Step back and observe students. Indicate positive signs when commenting on a student's response. Ask eliciting questions such as, what do you mean? How did you reach that conclusion in order to prompt students to speak more? Provide written feedback like, your presentation was really great. It was a good job. I really appreciated your efforts in preparing the materials and efficient use of your voice. Do not correct students' pronunciation mistakes very often while they are speaking. Correction should not distract the student from his or her speech. Involve speaking activities not only in class but also out of class. Contact parents and other people who can help. Circulate around classroom to ensure that students are on the right track and see whether they need your help while they work in groups or pairs. Provide the vocabulary beforehand that students need in speaking activities. Diagnose problems faced by students who have difficulty in expressing themselves in the target language and provide more opportunities to practice the spoken language. Thanks for attention.